Well, it looks like we left a bit of a mess yesterday, so I should be cleaning that up. Can't even walk. The old deck chairs out and everything. Right, what I did yesterday I didn't mention, but on this end of this drive shaft I actually unpeened the sleeve. I went around it with a chisel. That's actually loose in there now, and I was hoping that I could pull this out, because this does apparently pull out, but I had the slide hammer on it and I couldn't get it to shift. It's still tight in there, so I'm just going to walk down the machine shop and see if they can pull it out with a hydraulic press. Let's see what they say, because if I get this out I can then pull the components of the CV off the spline with a 3-jaw as per the manual, and then should be able to slide the boots on. We're not going to take that end off, just going to clean it and pack it with grease, that end. And then once that's done with the boot on, slide the boot on here, slide this all back on, and then peen it back over. That is plan A. Lots of comments about stretch over boots and this, that and the other. I don't know whether they stretch over that much. I'm going to try this. This is like the easiest to do. This doesn't involve buying anything and travelling and finding replacement boots or risking ripping the boots I've got. So this is plan A, and like plan C, D, E could well be just using the other Sierra shafts, which I'd rather not do. I'd rather get new boots on these, but we'll see. So it would seem that Mr. Red understands what I need done. That doesn't always mean I get what I need done, but there's a standing chance, a fighting chance. So I'm not going to touch the other drive shaft until it's done. He said go down in the afternoon and have a look. So I'll do just that. So I'm just going to have a tidy up in here now, make a bit of space around. I think the first job of the day is to block that down. Get that down to, well, really 320 and 400. But there's a couple of little sort of dings in there which I hadn't seen before, because I'd only really just taken the primer off yesterday. Sorry, the acrylic paint. Not yesterday, the day whenever before. But we'll see what shows when I guy coat it and rub it down. Right. It is one hell of a hot day. Not a cloud in the sky. Sweating like the proverbial. Right, anyway, this is going okay, and there were some dips, you know, like little sort of dings, but they've gone. I put enough filler on there, enough primer on there, and they've gone here. There's maybe some more that side, and I hope they go too. There's a remnants of one there. I'm just about to fall over. Remnants of one there, but I think that's going to sand out. So I shall continue with my 180 across the roof, and then go up through the grades whilst standing in front of a fan, trying not to turn into a big sweaty puddle. I didn't really expect it to be as bad as this, but this is probably because it's just been DA'd off and not bare metalled. So these are just digs in the original paint and primer, I guess. But they should flat down. They've flatted down all through here now. Just keep going at it. Right, the machine shop, Mr. Red, has just called me and he says he's got the drive shaft apart. So I'm going to jump on the scooter and go down and have a look. We have success. So, go back and beat this one up, next one. So where this, I don't know what you call it, sleeve is rolled over, holding it all together, there's a spring in there. So they obviously press it together and then roll that sleeve in. So what I did with the other one, with a punch, unrolled it, just moved that metal out of there, got it as flat as I could, and it was loose. It's quite funny, when I first broke the seal, the oil popped out. So when it's sort of loose and parallel, then run it down to the guy, Mr. Red, and he pushes them apart, pulls them apart with the press. I'm not sure he uses the press, or he might use the lathe actually. He was standing by the lathe when I just took the pictures a minute ago. So I could do a little bit of time lapse on that so you could see what's going on. So I use this one here to lift the edge initially and get it to open up a little bit, and then this one's quite handy because it sort of wedges in there. It's got dust crap all over it now. It sort of wedges in there, and as you tap down on it, that angle there, that angle on the right hand side sort of pushes it sort of down and out, which straightens it. So I've got quite a gap there now, and this is almost parallel from what was like a severe radius. That's almost parallel now. So I continue doing that all the way around, and then I run it down to Mr. Red, who can pull it off for me. Be nice to have that pulled off. I don't know if sweat pouring down my glasses, absolutely covered in dust and all sorts of stuff, because I've had well, you might not notice, but I have actually had a massive clean-up. We have a large space around the car. All that's tucked away, all blown off, dusted off, swept up. I haven't washed down with water, but I will do the floor tomorrow. And we have a car in space. Right, okay, well, actually I only 180'd the roof. And then my mate Ern came round because he brought me the expansion tank for the NC MX-5. Obviously that goes with the piping on the engine. And yeah, it's got two Burt pipes that go into the top of it and one pipe in the bottom. So I thought we'd just order a new one. So he ordered that for me and dropped it in this afternoon. So I have that. I did a bung. I'll probably show you later. Actually, I've got a bung for the EGR hole that goes in there. And I also got the adapter, the plastic adapter ring for the intake. I got that drilled so it fits now onto the intake. All I need to do now is work out the angle of the throttle body that I'm putting on there, mark that and get those drilled and tapped. So drive shaft's done. Well, Ern actually, because Ern runs a garage, specialises in BMW and Benzes and whatnot. He's one of my distributors. He offered to help do some work on the cars and offered some of his lads help in the evening, because obviously we are really running out of time now and we still ain't painted. But what he did is he took the drive shafts with him. We got them apart, and he took the drive shaft, the boots with him, and he's just going to give it to one of his lads and they're going to reassemble them, just to save me, you know, a couple of hours messing around. He's doing that. He also took the petrol pump with, no, he didn't take it with him, but he's going to source a petrol pump and deal with the cleaning of the inside of the tank and maybe even the painting of the tank. So that's good news. Saved me having to worry about that. So tomorrow, I'm in a position now, actually when I finish sanding, that I could clean up easily, put the curtains up, wash the floor down and get into painting. So the boys have just been helping me, pushed them a bit hard, but needed to get it done. There's a lot of junk in here, a lot of dust and shit and whatever. So yeah, it's done, it's done, it's gone. So that's it for today really. Again, another mixed bag, but mixed bags are going to be the theme of the next few days as we start looking at different things that we need to do. I'm a bit more confident with the water system now. I've got to make a support for the radiator that goes from the front to furthest points of the chassis leg side to side, and then the radiator sits on it. Basically I need to build a cross member along there. There's a bolt under there and there's a bolt under there, and I'll build a cross member and the radiator can sit on there, and somehow we'll tie it in at the top. So I need to build that. And I've still got an awful lot of painting to do, to be honest. Even though this is ready for painting, got a front bumper, rear bumper, side skirts and spoiler, and boot and bonnet that still need painting as well. Okay, boot and bonnet almost, well, they are prepped. They just need like 320, 400 and painting. But let's get into the body tomorrow, get that knocked out of the way. Hopefully we can do the fiberglass bits by the end of the week, and then really start throwing the thing together. Alex will be here next Sunday. I might have the use of a mechanic next Sunday as well, that we can just, like, you know, throw things at and say, put that on, put that on. All right, okay, I'm signing off for the night. I think it's a 1 beer night because I'm tired, and the beers we had last night will probably keep me, well, I was, yeah, wasn't slow today, but I know I'd had the beers last night. Okay, cheers, thanks, see you all later, bye bye.